news yet, but there was a big event this last week, and it was called the Slut Walk. Basically, the whole event is to raise awareness about women being shamed about their bodies and treated differently. This would be a really good thing if it was just about women being told to cover up their shoulders or to wear looser pants. But the whole slut walk is a bunch of women in really raunchy outfits marching down the streets to show off their body. There's a lot of fishnets and cleavage going on. The whole event is women dressing really sexually and doing inappropriate things and then yelling that they shouldn't be treated different. The last time I really heard of slut shaming being a problem was when Kim Kardashian painted her naked body on the side of a building and someone blurred it out. It's also a big deal for women who think that they should be able to breastfeed openly and publicly without covering up at all because it's natural. But just because you're not ashamed of your body and you don't think that you should have to hide doesn't mean that you shouldn't have modesty and respect for yourself. I think the biggest thing is, if it makes other people uncomfortable, you should be considerate of it, because that's the biggest problem, is people don't care about other people. A lot of women say it's unfair because men get to walk around without shirts and stuff like that. We should fix it by creating another problem. Maybe instead of allowing women to do whatever they want, we should tell men that they can't do whatever they want, and they have to be more modest. It's one thing to tell women that they have to cover up their shoulders and their knees because these parts of their bodies are distracting, and I think that that is wrong. But you can't just have your boobs out and about in everybody's face and then expect people not to be distracted or bothered by them. If you're dressing really slutty or inappropriate, people should be able to say that it makes them uncomfortable, and you should have to change. It's called being considerate of people around you. You should be considerate about how what you're doing or what you're wearing makes other people feel. Just because you say that you're not trying to get attention by wearing those kinds of things does not mean that you're not going to get attention for wearing those kinds of things. You can look super sexy and be super confident without throwing your body in other people's faces. Now, I know that you're not going to get arrested or sent home or get in trouble for wearing whatever you want anyway. So you can pretty much do whatever you want. But if you're allowed to do whatever you want, other people should be able to say whatever they want and vocally state if you're making them uncomfortable, and that's not a problem. If you're acting or dressing like a slut, you can't get offended if people say something about it. There's a big difference in being proud of your body and confident and being slutty, and I think that's a line we all need to focus on. But it shouldn't be this big thing called slut shaming if someone asks you to cover up or put some clothes on. If your cleavage is just out in the open or you're stomping around in some inappropriate clothes, you should be ashamed. You should have more respect for yourself than that. And no, we shouldn't cater to men or their inappropriate comments, but two wrongs don't make a right. But certain parts of your body are sexualized because they're used for sex. Oh my gosh! It's human nature, it's in your DNA, and you can't just change it by saying people aren't allowed to think like that. And girls, we all know that when some guy's walking around shirtless with low-riding pants, you're thinking things too. So don't pretend that you're innocent. I can already tell that this video is going to get some backlash from a lot of people. But the point of the story is, we don't need to say that women are judged or sexualized more and shamed for their bodies. And you know the kind of attention you're going to get when you dress like that, because that's one of the main reasons a lot of people dress like that. So maybe guys and girls should both have to be a little bit more modest and considerate about the others and what they might be thinking about how you're dressing. And we should all chill out about the shoulders and the knees, because there is nothing that turns people on about those kinds of things. So anyway, that's the end of my thought of the day, my little rant. You can go ahead and rant below if you think differently. It's not gonna make a whole lot of difference because this is America and everybody just does whatever the fuck they want anyway. But thanks for watching. Needed to get that off my head.